Hey guys, welcome on in. I'm going to show you real quick how to get photos from your camera onto your computer and then into Yearbook Avenue. So this is going to be a three-step process, technically maybe four, but I'm going to try and speed run it here for you, just kind of give you an idea what we're looking at here, okay? So what I did was I have photos here on this Nikon camera. This is the one that I have the class set for. They're different than the ones that you'll use when you go on assignment, but the process is still the same, so follow with me. In each bag for the Nikon, I have this cord, and this cord goes on the left side of the camera. There's a rubber door. If you open that, the small end of that cord goes into the camera. The fat end of the cord plugs directly into your computer. Okay. The camera needs to be on for it to read that it's plugged in. But now we are ready to download our photos. Now, if you're doing this with a Canon camera, I don't have the cords to plug into the computer, but you can take the memory card out, and we have memory card readers on my desk that you can use for that. But for the Nikons, memory cards stay in the camera, cord plugs into camera, cord plugs into computer, and then we're off. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Adobe Bridge. Okay, if you go into this little search bar down below, I'm going to type Bridge. And I'm going to bring this window over here. Now, if this is the first time that you log into Adobe Bridge, it might ask you to sign in. Just do continue with Google, sign in, blah, 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 blah. And then eventually it's going to say, are you using a personal account or a school and company account? Use school account, school or company account. And it will give you access to everything under the sun for Adobe. That includes Photoshop and all that. But anyway, eventually when you get signed in, this is what your screen looks like. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to hit this little Camera Plus button up here on the top. Boom. And then it says Get Photos From. I'm going to choose D3500, which is the name of this camera. Again, if you're using one of the Canons, it might say something different. On this screen, we're just going to hit Browse. Okay, it's a DCIM is where all your photos are going to be, so I'm just going to hit Browse there. And it's going to look at the photos on this camera. Now, I just grabbed a random memory card that was just used to shoot photos, and it looks like there are about 300 photos on here. Now, that's a sizable amount for sure, but we're going to end up downloading all of them and then going through them on our computer because it's the easiest way to do it. Over here on the right hand side where it says location, you need to hit Browse. We're going to scroll down until we see an option that says external hard drive. And yours probably says external hard drive D, but each of these computers has an external hard drive on it. Okay. Once you click that over here on the left side, it'll show you the external hard drive over here. You're going to hit New Folder, because you're going to create a folder for you, and you're going to type in Yearbook, whatever period it is, 5th or 6th, I'm going to type 5th, and then your name, okay? And then you're going to click on that, you're going to hit Select Folder. So now, everything that you end up downloading is going to go into that folder on your hard drive, okay? From here, you can go through, uncheck, and just check the ones that you want to keep. For the sake of time, I'm not going to download all 300, but like I said, you probably want to download all of your photos because it's easier to go through them on your computer than it is in here. So I'm just going to click some photos just randomly, just for the sake of time. There we go. And then when you have all your photos that you want to get, you're going to hit Get Media, and then it's going to run the show. Okay? So, these are my photos. Now, what I can do in here is I can use this little slider here at the bottom. I'm going to move this thing out of the way. There we go. We use this slider here at the bottom to increase the size of them. So you can see them a little bit up close. Okay. And then it looks like I have about 3 of the same shot here. This one, we're not seeing any faces. So I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard. And when I hit the delete key on my keyboard, it says, do you want to reject this file or delete it? I'm going to say, don't show this again. And I'm going to say delete. I want it to go away because I'm not going to use that photo ever again. So delete. Burp. Deleting this will move it to the recycle bin. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Don't show it again. Okay. So that way, from here on out, if you hit the delete key, it'll actually delete your photo. Boom, there it goes. Quickly, you can go through these photos. Okay, and you can go even larger if you want. If you want to get rid of, like, downsize these windows so you can see them even larger, that works too. But again, the idea is that you are going quickly through these photos. Okay, getting rid of ones that you don't need. I don't need either of those. We'll keep that one. Well, it looks like there's a couple of that one. Okay, that's a cool shot. That's a cool shot. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And probably get rid of that one. Okay? So it tells me down below I kept 6 shots from this. Okay? You're going to have more than that. Hopefully you have at least 30 shots that you want to keep. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now, once I've gone through all my photos and I've kept the ones that I like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out of Adobe Bridge. Don't need it anymore. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Yearbook Avenue. Again, the link for this is in Google Classroom. Again, job number 44389. Your username is your first initial and your last name, all lowercase, no spaces. And then password, capital K, Kern Crew. Crew is with a K as well, 25. And let's go. Okay? That's going to load in here. I'm going to go to Create. I'm going to go to Image Library. In Image Library, I'm going to hit this little down arrow. And then I'm going to figure out which folder I want to put this in. Now, for this particular assignment, Yearbook Action Photo Practice, if you hit the little down arrow there, choose which period you're in. And I've gone ahead and I've made a folder for each of you. So, 5th period, these are all the 5th period. You're going to find your name. I put mine at the bottom. What I'm going to do here is, I'm going to move my face first of all. I'm going to click on my folder. Okay? Then I'm going to hit Upload up here in the top right corner. I'm going to hit Choose Images. I'm going to go back on the left hand side to my external hard drive. Yearbook 5th. And then there are my 6 photos. I'm going to hit Open. And then you'll see that they'll upload. Now, again, when you're uploading 50, 100, 200, I uploaded 1,600 photos at a time yesterday. It takes time. This is not something that you want to leave to the last minute of the day, because otherwise you're going to be sitting at your computer after that bell rings and everybody's gone home. Okay? So start this process early, especially if you have a lot of photos to do. Obviously, I'd only had 6, so this went fairly quick. Okay? So there are my 6 photos. So now, when I am creating a page, I'm just going to hop into Layout Pro real quick. And practice pages, I'm going to go find my practice page. There it is. Edit. So now I can go to Images on the left. I can find that folder, Yearbook Action, 5th period, Kern. There are my photos. And I can just drag them in. Okay? If I have image frames, I can drag these photos into these image frames. Okay? There we go. Now, when you're putting images onto a page, like this photo in particular, super cool photo, okay? But obviously we have some space that we can get rid of. If you double click a photo, then it allows you to resize it in that frame, okay? So we can edit this just the way we want it. I'm going to cut that guy out, kind of like that, okay? So, there you go. That's how we get photos from cameras into Adobe Bridge and then into Yearbook Avenue so that we can actually use it on our web pages. Okay? So, please do this with your photos that we took during our action photo practice. Or if you're watching this later on, you're doing amazing work, and keep up the good work. All right, thanks guys.